Hey guys, it's Erin with Hand Stamp Style, and in this video I'm actually going to show you how I created these super simple and I have to say quite adorable little Halloween invitations. These are super simple to make, and you can really make quite a few of them in no time at all. So let me show you what you'll need to get started with these. I used a stamp set called Holiday Invitation. It's in the Stampin' Up! Holiday catalog, and so this set is only available to purchase until December 31st. So if you like this project, I would suggest that you get that as soon as possible. And it's got lots of different stuff in it, and it's perfect for making invitations, obviously. The other thing that I used were these framelits. This is called word bubbles, and these are used in conjunction with your Big Shot machine, which I will show you in just a minute. And these actually cut out the little word bubbles that you need for your card. I also used an embossing folder right here to give my card a little texture. This one is called Decorative Dots, and it almost looks like it reminds me of an alligator skin kind of. So it's kind of, for me, it worked for the spooky aspect of the card. So, and I'll show you how to use that as well. And the only other thing that I added to this card that Stampin' Up! Actually doesn't carry are these googly eyes. And you can really pick these up in any of your big box stores. You can get them online. So, and I like to get them in a couple of various sizes because I think that just looks more fun when you pair up two eyes that don't usually go together. So let's get started on how to make this. Now, to make these super quick and simple, I actually used a few steps to cut down some time. These are the Whisper White note cards that you can find in the Stampin' Up! Catalog, and they are 5 by 3.5, and they're already cut to size and they're already scored. You get 20 of them in a pack, and they come with envelopes that fit these note cards. So right there, that's going to save you a ton of time because you don't have to cut and score your card bases. So start with something like that with your projects, and especially with invitations where you're going to be making a ton, because that will help cut down on the prep time. So with that, I cut down a piece of black cardstock to 3 3/8 by 4 7/8 to fit on the front of the card, and it will leave just a small white border around the edge, and that way you're not having to line it up perfectly to align with the card base. What I'm going to do to texturize this is I'm actually going to place it inside this embossing folder just like so, and I'm going to run it through my Big Shot. Now, in order to use your Big Shot, if you're not familiar with this machine, what you'll want to do is get your platforms, and this is how you'll sandwich it. So you'll have your big thick platform, you'll have a clear cutting plate, you'll place your embossing folder, sorry, this is like getting caught. You'll place your embossing folder on top of that, and then on top of that, you'll put your other clear plate, just like that. And you'll feed this through your machine in just this order. It's going to feel a little snug, and that's good because you want the cardstock to kind of be pushed and pulled into those little areas to produce some texture. So you'll do that, and you'll actually end up with a piece that looks like this. Now, if you can see the texture on that, so fun. And the next thing you want to do is actually adhere it to your card front. So we're going to take a little bit of snail. We're going to put just a little bit down. We don't need a lot. And we're going to center that and attach that down. Now, a trick that I do that helps me center these pieces, because if you try and look at all 4 sides at one time, it's going to be way too hard to center this. So I try and align the side here, or one of the sides. I usually, because I'm right-handed, I usually pick the left, and the top. So if I have those 2 sides positioned so there's the same amount of space poking out between the two, the rest of the sides will work out just fine. So that's just a tip for you. The next thing we want to do is we want to add our word bubbles. So we've got some word bubbles here. We've got one in pumpkin pie and one in old olive, and I've already stamped this one. So we are going to stamp our pumpkin pie, and we're going to use the eat, drink, and sentiment for this piece right here. And you can see that it kind of ran off the sides. These clear photopolymer stamp sets really make it amazing for positioning and getting your images right where you want them. It's awesome. And then we have another image here. It's got a moon and a few small bats. We're only going to be inking up the tiny bats for this. And I'm just inking up enough, and I'm looking for an open space here. A couple of my bats will fit on this piece. Now, once we've got this stamped, we're going to put a few dimensionals on the back, and I'm just going to put 2 on the back of each of these, and we are going to secure them to our card front. And all we're going to do is just peel away the little paper backing from these, and then it reveals a sticky side, and you're just going to stick these down where you want them. Okay, now that we've got those adhered down, we're actually going to come back and put down our googly eyes. And so I just picked a, like I said, a variety of sizes. And usually when I picked a large one, I put a small one with it, just like so. I did it a couple of different places along, let's see, let's put another one over here. These smaller ones don't always come off the easiest. And there we go. So the front of our card is completely done. That's super cute, right? But now we have the inside to do. And so to create the inside, we're just going to use the line image for the where, when, and RSVP. Again, with our black ink, we're going to stamp that down. Now we can fill out our information for our party. And we are going to stamp a few of the pumpkins in some pumpkin pie ink. So we've got our pumpkins here. We're going to ink those up, and we're going to put one right here, and we're going to put another one, a little fatter one, because it's kind of nice to pair up 2 images that don't look quite exactly the same, just like so. And of course, they wouldn't be jack-o'-lanterns without little faces. So we're going to put little faces on them, just like that. Super simple, very easy, and you can knock out a ton of these in no time at all. Now, the only other thing that I would, advise you to do, because who likes getting a card with a naked envelope? No one. So you'll want to take your envelopes and you'll want to actually decorate those a little bit too, and they take literally no time at all. You're going to do the pumpkins just like we did for the card. And with this celebrate, all I did is I took the word celebrate. I'm going to show you on a little bit bigger block. And because these photopolymer stamps are pliable, you're just going to secure it down. And then I just kind of moved it and curved it and just kind of made it the shape I wanted to. And do you see how that sticks? You ink it up, boom, stick it down, and you are set. I hope you guys really enjoyed this project. It was super fun making it. And go out and make yourself some cute handmade invitations. They really take no time at all, especially if you use those time-saving tips that I mentioned, and you'll have so much fun doing it. Thanks so much for joining me, and I hope to see you again very soon in a new video. You guys be creative and have a great day. Bye. It'll take creation, imagination. Try to draw outside the line. Let us see inside your mind. You'll find inspiration. All I'm saying is you can do it. I want to hear you say, I am independent. I am dedicated. Doing it my way, doing it my way. Yes, I am. I am in control. I am. Watch me go. Doing it my way, doing it my way. Can you hear me say, yes, I am. Destiny require every dream to believe. Take the chance, lead the dance, and run with what is in your heart. Let the magic start. You're in charge. Yes, you can. What's the plan? Come on, let's do this and do it now. I wanna hear you shout.